All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We got a bunch of games on the NBA slate today. It is January 4th. We got ourselves a Wednesday. Like I said, a bunch of games on the NBA slate. We're going to jump into each and every game. I'll give you my lean. I'll give you what I'm thinking. But if you're looking for my final plays, if you want to ride with me or if you want to fade me, all those plays will be in the pinned comment. That's what I'm actually going to be locking in tonight. That will be updated throughout the day, so make sure to check that out. In terms of final plays, yesterday we had the under in the Kings and Jazz game, and that cashed, and we also cashed our ride of the day coming in from Adam. Derek White's over in steals plus blocks. So technically a 2-0 night for us over there, guys. Love to see that because we didn't have the best prize picks night. If you guys watch my prize picks plays over on TikTok and the YouTube plays, you know the YouTube had a much better night than my prize picks, but still I think we're up something like 75 units on prize picks this season. So make sure to check me out over on TikTok, posting those prize picks plays, multiple plays a day here, guys. But yeah, we got a bunch of games to jump into. I'm gonna ask you guys, before we even do that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are so dang close to 14,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm very excited to hit that mark. Once we get to 15,000, we'll do a nice big giveaway. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be the ride of the day, use that hashtag ride of the day in the comments so you guys have a chance. I'll be jumping on board with one of you guys and giving you a shout out in the next video, win or loss. But let's get things going here. We got the Pacers traveling to Philly here. Philly 7.5 point favorites. Philly 22-14 both straight up the season and against the spread. The Pacers 21-17 straight up, 23-15 against spread. One of the better against the spread teams out here in the league. The total here is 232.5. In their last 10 games, this Sixers team has been playing really well. When they're favorites, they're 8-2. They're 7-3 against spread, 5-1 at home. In terms of injuries, no reported injuries for Philly. I'm going to lean Philly in this one. Even though the Pacers have been playing so well, I'm going to lean Philly minus 7.5 points. Does that become a final play? I don't truly think so. I think that this is a pretty big number for a team like the Pacers that are 6-1 in their last 7 games against spread to cover. But in terms of a lean, I am going to lean Philly in this one. In terms of a total 232.5, I do lean slightly towards the under. Moving on, we got Charlotte taking on Memphis here. Charlotte 7.5 point dogs at home. Total 234.5. We see a lot of these Charlotte totals being high right now, but their under is hit in 5 of their last 5 games. 7 of the last 8 games from Memphis have hit the under. So for whatever reason, I'm thinking this game goes over just because we're on such an under trend that can't keep going on for forever. You know what I mean? Gordon Hayward looks like he's going to be doubtful. Kelly Oubre, I think he just got surgery. He is out. Cody Martin upgraded to questionable here. 7.5 points is a lot to ask for from this Memphis team, but I haven't been inspired by the Charlotte team whatsoever. So I'm going to lean another decently big favorite here in Memphis. But similar to the Philly pick here, I don't envision this becoming a final play. I'd much prefer the under in this game, and that's just me being honest with you guys. You know, I don't want to tell you that I feel more strongly about a play if I don't, just for the sake of content. All right, Magic taking on the Thunder. The Thunder just whooped the Celtics last night. Obviously, watching that game, I'm a Celtics fan if you didn't know, and I'm like, all right, yeah, let's see what's going to go on. What the hell? Did the Thunder really just put up 190,000 points against the Celtics without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? And the Celtics had damn near everyone. That was something to witness there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, speaking to him, he is questionable in this game for Orlando. They have a long injury report. No Mo Wagner, his suspension. Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Bamba both upgraded to probable. Bol is out. RJ Hampton, Cole Anthony, probable here. Franz Wagner is suspended. Same thing with Gary Harris upgraded to probable here. In terms of a total, we have Orlando minus 1.5 at home. Total is 229, and I don't hate that at all. I'm going to lean Orlando here. They've been surprising as of late, which is still crazy to me. 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. In their last 5, they're 3-2 against the spread. The Thunder 0-1 in their last 1 game here against the spread on the road. They're coming off the back-to-back. I like the favorite here, Orlando minus the 1.5. In terms of total, I don't really love a play on this either way. Cleveland taking on Phoenix here. Cleveland 5-point favorites. Phoenix 20-18 on the season. The Cavs 24-14. These two teams played in late November, and Phoenix actually won 120-115. Now Cleveland didn't have many of their guys there, and I wouldn't say Phoenix is playing very well. They're 2-5 in the last 7 against the spread. Cleveland are 7-3 straight up in their last 10. Devin Booker out here. Cleveland looks like they're going to be without Darius Garland. I like Cleveland here. Donovan Mitchell, you saw that he can just go off at any given moment. What do you have? 71, 8-11, something like this. 71-11 and something else last game. Phoenix has dropped 3 straight, and in fact they've dropped 6 of their last 7 games here. So I'm going to lean Cleveland. I don't think 5 points is asking too much. In terms of a total, I like the over 219.5. Guys, before we get going with the rest of the picks, I do want to let you know that we are sponsored by MyBookie here. If you're looking for another sportsbooks, make sure to check out the link in the description. Use promo code GBS for a partial % match on your first deposit, guys. MyBookie, very easy to use, easy to navigate. You can watch games live on there. They stream them in, so make sure to check out MyBookie, guys. Use that link in the description. We got the Raptors taking on the Bucks. Raptors 2.5-point favorites here. And the first thing that I did when seeing the spread is I looked right to the injury report. Is Giannis on it? Is Middleton on it? Is Drew Holiday on it? And you see that Giannis is not. Middleton is, obviously he's been out, or he's out indefinitely, and then Drew Holiday is not. Now this team beat Washington last night by 10 points. They did cover. I don't care about the back-to-back. If Giannis is a go, if Drew Holiday is a go, unless they, sneaky sit guys because it is a back-to-back, I'm leaning the Bucks minus 2.5 or Bucks plus 2.5 here all day long. Based on that spread, I have a feeling that they're gonna bench some guys just because it's a back-to-back. I don't know that for a fact, but for whatever reason, I'm getting that vibe. But I am going to lean the Bucks here minus or plus the 2.5. Knicks hosting the Spurs. Knicks 9.5-point favorites. They're 20-16-2 against the spread this season. They played last week, and San Antonio won 122-115. But the Knicks have been playing well. They're 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games, but they're playing better on the road than they are at home here. They did come off that win against Phoenix where they absolutely blew them out. I hope they carry that momentum into this game. We saw what they can do against a bad team in Houston, beating them by 20 points. Then they beat Phoenix without Devin Booker by almost 20 points. So I'm gonna lean the Knicks in this one. Is 7.5 points or 9.5 points, too much to ask for? I don't think so. I think that this San Antonio team got their victory against the Knicks last time they played, right? I can't see them winning outright or keeping it close 2 games in a row. So I'm going to lean Knicks here minus the 9.5. I don't love how high that number is, but I'm going to lean that way. And then in terms of a total, we've been cashing Knicks overs, but this total's at 228. I'm going to lean the opposite way and lean the under. I think this Knicks defense is too good. All right, Chicago taking on the Nets. Chicago only getting 5 points, and I say only because based on how the Nets have been playing and how the Bulls have been playing, I would think that the spread would be a little bit higher, but you look at the injury report here. In terms of injuries, nothing major for Brooklyn. Andre Drummond's probable. Tony Bradley's out. Lonzo Ball's still out. Javante Green out. Nothing really is jumping out here. This Nets team is just winning a bunch of games in a row. They're 10-0 in their last 10 games. They're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. For whatever reason, something could be fishy about this game. I want to lean Brooklyn and say this is an easy win, right? But something's jumping out to me as a little fishy with this line. And guys, I always try and tell you, you got to trust the numbers to some degree when you're sports betting, especially in the NBA, like that Bucks line, like this Nets line. I smell a little something fishy, so keep that in mind, all right? I'm going to lean the Nets minus the 5. I'm going to stay away from the total, but I feel like someone could be out or someone could be sitting, or there's just something more to be told about this spread. But that's the way I'm going to lean for now. Houston traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans, 7.5-point favorites. Total 225 in this one. Mid-November, New Orleans won 119-116. They did, in fact, cover the 10.5-point spread they had there. Houston 3-6 in their last 9 games against the spread. The Pelicans 5-2 straight up in their last 7. They're 11-1 straight up in their last 12 at home. So they're playing well at home, but they're coming off of 2 straight non-covers here. Still going to be without Brandon Ingram. Zion is out. Larry Nance Jr. is out. I'm going to lean Houston plus the 7.5. Sound the psycho alert alarm, right? I get it. This is a crazy play, but with those guys being out, I don't totally trust this Pelicans team. Can CJ McCollum go off and carry a team by himself? Yeah, when he's on, he's on. but I just like 7.5 points. It's a little bit of a cushion for me here. Minnesota taking on the Blazers. Minnesota 1-point favorites in this one. Portland hasn't been playing all that well, but there are some injuries to note on the Minnesota side of things here. D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is out. D'Angelo Russell is questionable. Portland's covered 2 of their last 3. Minnesota coming off of an outright win as an underdog against Denver here. These two teams mid-December played. Portland won 133-112. I'm going to lean that way again. I know they're on the road, but they're getting a point here. I'm going to lean Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, and the Blazers here to beat this Minnesota team outright, even though they're 1-point underdogs. Kings taking on the Hawks. Kings 1-point favorites here at home. The Atlanta Hawks, so you know what we call them on the road. They just don't seem to be the same team on the road. They're 6-12 on the road this season, also 6-12 against the spread. We call them the Atlanta Pigeons on the road here. Sacramento is on the back-to-back. I'm still going to lean that way. Atlanta's dropped 4 straight games, 5 of their last 6 games here. I like the Kings here, -1, even though they're coming off the back-to-back. It was a pretty good win last night, 117-115 against the Jazz. They were 3-point underdogs. They won that game outright. We were on the right side of that one here. Clint Capella looks like he's going to be a no-go for the Hawks as well. So we're going to lean Sacramento here minus the point, I should say. Warriors taking on the Pistons. Warriors 7-point favorites here, taking on this Detroit team. Detroit's 2-6 against spread in their last 8. Golden State 4-0-1 against spread in their last 5, even without their main man Steph Curry. But Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, Steph, Andre Iguodala, and JaMychal Green all look like they're out tonight. For Detroit, Marvin Bagley is out. Killian Hayes is probable. No major injury updates beyond that. This Warriors team's playing really good basketball. But I'm gonna be be a contrarian pick here, I guess, and lean the Detroit Pistons. I can't talk. They won 128-114 earlier this year when they played. Maybe they match up well against this Golden State team. I'm trying to think and can't think exactly how they do match up well, but they did take it to Golden State earlier this year, even with Golden State injuries here. So I'm going to lean Detroit plus the 7 points. Going to keep an eye on that line to see if it gets higher and higher. Last game on the slate, we have the Lakers taking on the Heat here. Lakers 4-point dogs as the Heat travel to LA. 227.5 is the total. This Lakers team 4-6 in their last 10 against the spread, 1-2 in their last 3 against the spread at home. The Heat 3-2-1 against the spread here on the road. They're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. This Lakers team looked like they showed some promise, but started to slowly drift off. They've beat 3 of their last 4 teams here, but they were bad teams. The one team in the last 4 they lost to was the Miami Heat. I think the Heat are going to get some guys back here, including Jimmy Butler. He's going to go. Dedmon, Duncan Robinson, all questionable. Caleb Martin, probable here. I'm going to lean into the Heat in this one, minus the 4 points. And I don't love the total on either side. But that is all we have for you guys today. I hope you guys do enjoy the video, even though we're in the car, in the garage, trying to get these videos out to you guys. But hopefully you guys do appreciate the grind. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.